We're about to go and do the interview. I'm suited, booted, made up, talking to the Secret Service. Everyone loves me. And then someone comes to me with a load of paper in their hand and said, we have a problem. I said, what's the problem? They said, this. And it was 3 pages of the worst things I'd said about Trump in the previous 12 months, beautifully collated by somebody who wanted to bury this interview. And in the middle of it, oddly, were 2 positive quotes about Trump by somebody called Nigel Farage. So I checked Mr. Farage's Twitter account, and sure enough, he'd been at Mar-a-Lago 2 days earlier having dinner with President Trump, and had clearly decided that, contrary to when he got an interview with Trump 3 months earlier, and I texted him to congratulate him, Mr. Farage was going to ruin my interview with President Trump, and that's what he tried to do. And it cut to a meeting in Trump's office where he was basically like Al Pacino and The Godfather, staring at me with murder in his eyes, ranting about all these things I said, which were, I have to admit, pretty critical. He said, did you really call me a mob boss? Did you really say I should never be allowed to run for public office again? And he went on and on and on. He said, I'm not going to do this interview. I said, well, hang on. There is some good stuff I want to talk about. And he said, well, like what? I said, well, like your hole-in-one last week at golf. And he went, you know about this? And thank God for Ernie Els, the South African golfer. Because that morning in the Palm Beach Gazette, he'd given an interview in which he talked about playing with Trump the week before. Trump got a hole-in-one. And Ernie said not only was it one of the best holes-in-one he'd seen, but that Trump was the best presidential golfer he'd ever played with. And I told Trump this, and his whole mood changed. He went, all right, he said, I don't know why, but let's do the interview.